Hello and welcome to another Zach Carnage video, and this time we're going to be showing you how to do combos with Mermails. So before we begin, just a quick mention that my 750 subscriber competition is ongoing. Feel free to go ahead and enter that. You'll be able to pick up some really cool prizes, and hopefully we'll be able to get plenty of people involved so we can share out the love from the channel. So without further ado, let's get into some combos. This is, of course, the best deck of the format. Jokes! So we're going to start off with some of the basic combos, which can potentially give you some OTKs, some awesome pluses, and we start off with the 3-card combo, which is absolutely insane. You will require a Dragoons, an Abyss Pike, and an Instant Fusion in your hand. There is a variation of this, which we'll go over with a Genex Undine, but it's not quite as good. So to start off your turn, you're going to summon the Pike, allowing you to discard the Dragoons, and the Pike itself will allow you to add the Mermail Abyss Gund from your deck to your hand. The Dragoons, because it was sent for a water monster effect, will allow you to add a C7, so we add Megalo. Now keep in mind, Dragoon's effect does not say once per turn. Oh no, it does not, meaning you can use it as many times as you want. So with these two cards in hand, we can now activate our Instant Fusion to special summon an Elder Entity Norden from the extra deck. His effect will trigger special summoning the Dragoons. Of course, we can't attack with this Norden, and we can't allow it to be destroyed, so we're going to go ahead and overlay with the Dragoons to make a Bahamut Shark. Ooh, interesting. So the Norden's no longer here, meaning that the Dragoons won't get banished when it gets sent to the grave. So we detach it. It's a card. It's sorry, it's a material. It's not a card. Detach to the grave for a water monster effect. Interesting. Interesting. You know what that means? First off, Bahamut Shark's going to be able to summon the Abyss Trite from the extra deck, and then Dragoons is going to add another Sea Serpent, sorry, from your deck to your hand. So this time we'll go for a lead, because we now have an epic combo lined up. So you can see we really don't have much space on the field. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, because we've only got 2 monster slots left which we can fill up. This is, of course, the graveyard. So now we're going to activate the effect of Megalo, which we can summon by discarding both the lead and the Gund simultaneously. This summon will trigger the effect of Gund. Gund can then special summon the lead from the grave, and would you look at that, we have a full board from a 3-card combo. Of course, this setup doesn't generate any hand advantage, but it generates an enormous amount of security with the fact that if Trite gets destroyed, you get a free Mermail from the grave anyway. Plus, if you want, you can use the effect of Megalo to pop the Trite and get in an extra attack. And this is a 3-card OTK, because you have 2/7 plus 2/6 is 5/3 plus 1/6 is 6/9. And the 2/4 will do more than enough damage to keep you going. You don't even need to bother getting rid of the Trite. This is already an OTK. The second combo we have is another 3-card combo, this time with Genex Undine, Gund, and Instant Fusion. You can make this into a 2-card combo just for generating advantage, but it becomes a little bit more difficult. This is generally the more practical use of it. So we're going to start off by summoning the Genex Undine, allowing us to send a water monster. Of course, we will send Dragoons. Undine will add a Genex controller. The Dragoons will add a Sea Serpent. In this case, we'll go for Megalo. Megalo is kind of the main combo piece in a lot of the combos in this deck. Another key component is, of course, the Instant Fusion. So we play the Instant Fusion again to get the Norden, to get the Dragoons. These two can overlay again for Bahamut Shark, and again Bahamut Shark detaches, this time to summon the Trite. So once again we've managed to use up 3 of our monster slots, and well, would you look at the cards here, we detach the Dragoons, meaning we add an additional Megalo, or any Sea Serpent you really want to discard. With this hand, with a Gund, we want to discard a Mermail, so I've gone for a second Megalo. You could just as easily go for a lead. We're going to activate one of the Megalos, pitching the other Megalo and a Gund to summon the first one, and the Gund will summon the second Megalo. You can then, if you want to deal additional damage, activate the effect of Megalo to destroy the Undine, and this is game right here. This is enough damage. Plus, you got a Genex controller in hand if you want to hold on to it. Some people would say that Mermails are a pretty broken deck, and this next combo may make you agree with them. This is going to be the 1-card Trishula combo, which all you need for it is just a Deep Sea Diva and a Trishula in your extra deck. So we're going to normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. When it's summoned, activates its effect, special summons the Marksman. Now, Marksman will have a little bit of an issue because it only has 1,400 attack, and you need to do damage with that in order to pull off the combo. So if you do damage with that in the battle phase, you get to special summon another of your Atlanteans. So in this case, we're going to be special summoning the Dragoons. This will now allow D.Va to do a direct attack, and Dragoons can just attack normally. And this is now the correct level that you need to achieve a Trishula. We have a 4, a 3, and a 2, makes 9. Now you can extend this combo further and summon the second Marksman, but that will also need to do damage to get out the Dragoons. And you do need the Dragoons here, otherwise you'll just end up with a summoning an 8. But once that's ready, all 3 of those, straight to the grave, summon your Trishula, bam, banish 3 cards. From 1, that's pretty impressive. Next up is less of a combo and just more of a practical use of an extra deck card. Because you are playing Mermails, you're using a lot of water monsters, that means you have access to Dae-Lauren, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier, a very, very useful card in the deck, because the deck does like to feature continuous traps, such as Abyss Sphere, and now we're seeing a lot of Fiendish Chain as well, because effect negation is very, very key. What Dae-Lauren allows you to do is return face-up spell or trap cards face-up cards you control to your hand, and then Dae-Lauren will gain 500 attack for each card returned. So to summon it, it's simple enough. To maximize it, you want to have an Abyss Sphere out already, so the Abyss Sphere could, say, summon a Pike, because the general tuner that you'll use is D.Va, and D.Va's a 2, Dae-Lauren is a 6, so you need a 4. So you summon any of your 4s with the Abyss Sphere, and say you had a face-up Fiendish Chain already, then all you have to do is normal summon the Deep Sea D.Va. You don't have to use its effect to special summon, although it is highly advisable to summon something. Maybe you want to summon the Marksman, or and then do some damage to get the Dragoons, or something like that. That's another way into the Dae-Lauren play as well. But just looking at these 2, you have your 2 and your 4, send them to grave for your Dae-Lauren, at which point you get to return these to your hand. So you recycle your Fiendish Chain and your Abyss Sphere, and with a 3k Dae-Lauren you can probably attack over pretty much anything that your opponent has left behind. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the main monsters in the deck, and some of the key things and understanding that you should develop as a Mermail player. So the 3 level 7s which are really key to the deck are Teus, Megalo, and Lead. Lead is essentially just a boss monster in that it has 2/7 attack. There's nothing apart from that which makes this a good card to run in the deck. It's too difficult to summon in that you have to discard 3 cards in order to bring it out. And the main reason why you can run it is it's a 2/7 beta which you can summon with Gund, and you can summon with Sphere. Then there's Megalo, which is your main push card, in that this can do 4,800 damage every turn, just by tributing a monster. It's not too hard to summon, because you only need to discard 2 water monsters, which isn't too bad, to be honest, and you want to have as many discard outlets to activate these cards as much as possible. Plus, it searches your Abyss Sphere anyway, so it allows you to make the lead in having it on its own. The Teus is your combo pusher. When you summon the Teus by discarding, you get to add a level 4 or lower Mermail monster. Generally you'll want to go for the Pike, although if you want to maintain advantage you can of course always go for a Lind as well. But Teus doesn't really do the pushing that Megalo does. It won't deal as much damage, but it does allow you to make rank 7s fairly easily. Then of course we have the 3 main discard targets. We have the Marksman, which destroys your opponent's set cards, the Infantry, which destroys your opponent's face-up cards, and the Gund, which special summons your own cards. Now, deciding which one of these to play at any particular point really comes down to the game. You need to be able to read your opponent's back row and work out whether you want to play your Marksman. You need to be able to understand if their monster is too difficult for you to get past, in order to understand if you want to use the Infantry. And if it's too difficult to get past, do you want to use the Infantry, or do you want to make a big eye with 2 of your 7s and then just take it for yourself? Gund is probably the most important of these 3 targets. That's why it's always played at 3, because you can summon any of your Mermails with it. Not only can you summon these big guys, but you can also summon some of your smaller monsters like the Pike, which can keep your combos moving faster and faster throughout the game. So really, you should always be considering a way to maximize usage of your Gund, and be getting stuff into your graveyard. Next up is the classic end phase play that Mermails like to make. It will require an Abyss Sphere, you'll need a Lind in the deck as well, and you need some sort of discard target. In this case we're going to be looking at the Atlantean Dragoons variant. So we have the Dragoons in hand and the set Abyss Sphere. The opponent's turn, they declare that they're going to go to their end phase, so at the end of their main phase 2, we're going to play the Abyss Sphere. The Abyss Sphere will then summon Abyss Lind. As soon as they enter the end phase, these two will get destroyed through the effect of Sphere. Lind will be destroyed and sent to the grave, activating her effect to summon a Pike. Pike will then be able to discard the card that you have in your hand in order to add a level 3 or lower water monster. Generally, the most usable target in this case, where you haven't performed a normal summon during your turn, is the Undine, because the Undine can do so many things for you. It can do spot removal in the form of the heavy infantry or the marksman, but it can also do searching through Dragoons. The Dragoons itself being discarded will then be able to add you any Sea Serpent that you want. In this case we're going to take the heavy infantry, just to show you that it nets so much advantage, and that's all during your opponent's end phase. So then you start your turn, you draw. You've essentially traded 2 cards for 3 cards in this case. We're then going to summon the Undine, sending the second Dragoons from the deck to the grave, because you can play 2, which is always fantastic. That allows you to add the Megalo, and of course we'll add you the Genex controller as well. So we've just gone from having 2 cards to having now 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the Genex controller is 5. And hopefully you've got a second water monster in your hand, and you can discard this with the second water monster in order to summon your Megalo. Megalo can then do additional damage by you getting rid of your Undine, so that you can attack twice. And you'll also be able to add the an additional Abyss Sphere due to the effect of Megalo, and potentially be able to cycle this combo over and over again depending on what you draw. So here it is, guys. This is the big combo to summon your Moulinglacia turn 1 and tear cards right out of your opponent's hand. It does require a pretty epic hand at the start, so you'll require an Abyss Pike and a Dragoons already in your hand. You will also require an Instant Fusion in your hand, and 2 discard targets, doesn't matter what they are. This is first turn, so they can be literally any water monster whatsoever, provided you're not going to trigger any effects of, say, a Gund. So to start off this combo, summon out your Abyss Pike, discard the Dragoons, of course. This will enable you to add 1 of your Sea Serpents and 1 of your Mermails. So in this case, we're gonna, sorry, not one of your level 3 or lower water monsters. So we're gonna add a heavy infantry just to show off the fact that it's a discard target for later, and we're gonna be adding a lead. Interesting, because I did say that lead wasn't really commonly used in the combos, but here we're gonna be using it. So then after that you can play your Instant Fusion. Again, we're gonna be doing the old trick of Norden plus Dragoons makes Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons for a Trite, and Dragoons doing the second search, this time adding the Moulinglacia to hand, the key card in this combo. But we will need 5 water monsters in the grave if we want to summon this guy. So of course how we do this is relatively simple. We're going to discard 1, 2, 3 of our discard targets to summon the lead. With the lead now on board, we have 4 water monsters in our graveyard. That's not quite enough, but lead's effect will allow you to get rid of 1 of your Mermails. So we're going to get rid of the Pike. With Pike now gone, we have 5 Mermails in the grave, 5 water monsters in the grave, meaning we can immediately summon the Moulinglacia. Lead will have stolen 1 of the cards out of our opponent's hand. Moulinglacia will take 2 more, meaning that they have lost 3 cards in their opening hand. That's half of their hand for the start of the game is gone, plus they have to get past a board consisting of a 2800 beta, a 2600 beta, a Trite which can bring back your Pike, and a 2700 lead. There's really not a lot they can do unless they have magic in those 3 other cards. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you have any comments, suggestions, or further combos that you would like to add to my list, I'm always looking for more, so feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Please go ahead and check out the 750 subscriber competition. Don't forget to subscribe yourself, and you can be in the chance of winning some pretty awesome prizes. If you'd like a deck profile for my current Mermail list, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below telling me that. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.